As today we will learn about autism, but I have autism. It's hard to talk. Watch this video.
Autism. Well, autism or autism spectrum disorder is a condition that affects how a person's brain works, especially in terms of how they interact with others and how they experience the world around them. Now, it's not something that goes away or something that needs to be cured. It's just a different way of thinking and experiencing life. Now, people with autism might have some of the following symptoms or signs. They might struggle with social interaction. So, for example, they might find it tough to communicate with others, whether that's through talking or using facial expressions and gestures. So,
hard to talk sometimes too. True that.
for instance, making eye contact or understanding a joke can be challenging for someone who has autism. Now, some people with autism might prefer routine and repetition. They often like things to stay the same and might feel really stressed if their routine changes. You might notice repetitive behaviors like rocking back and forth or repeating certain phrases. Now, a third thing is that people with autism can also have sensory sensitivities. Now, this might sound complex, but it simply means things like loud noises.
True, I don't like loud noise that much. It's on my ears. That's why I don't like to wear my headphones that much. I have one part on turned out much. That's why autism means it's hard to talk and loud stuff in my life.
Bright lights or even certain textures might feel overwhelming or even painful to them. They might also focus intensely on specific interests. So, for example, someone with autism might have hobbies or interests that they are super.
Yeah, hobby means I've not enjoyed talked about YouTube a lot. My hobby is YouTube a lot. Talk that much about YouTube, my hobby. And that's why I like interest about YouTube a lot. Hobby.
Passionate about, sometimes to the point where it's all they want to do, talk or think about. When we say autism is a spectrum, it means that it affects everybody differently. So some people might need a lot of help with daily life, whereas others might need very little. It's all about where they fall on this spectrum. Now, some people do ask, what about Asperger's and high-functioning autism? Now, you might have heard of Asperger's syndrome. It used to be thought of as separate from autism, but now it's recognized as part of the autism spectrum, just on the milder end. People who used to be diagnosed with Asperger's might have been described as having high-functioning autism. It just means that they have fewer challenges and can do things like speak, read, and write, but they still experience the world in their own unique way. Now, other people ask, how is autism different from ADHD? Well, autism and ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, can look similar because both can make it hard to focus and interact socially. However, they are different conditions. ADHD is not part of the autism spectrum, but a person can have both. Now, if someone has one, there's also a higher chance that a close family member might have the other. Now, just how common is autism? Well, autism isn't super rare. About 1 in every 44 kids in the US is diagnosed with it. It's more common in boys than girls for reasons that we don't completely understand yet. In terms of when signs of autism appear, well, they usually show up when kids are between about 1.5 and 3 years old. This might include things like not responding to their name, not pointing at things, or not talking as much as other kids their age. Early signs like these.
True, I never talk that much. I try my best to talk sometime. On my live stream sometime. That's why it's hard to talk to someone. Yeah, that's why I don't want to pick on me. That's why.
Can help parents get support sooner. Now, it is also possible that you might have autism as an adult, and it may just never have been formally diagnosed when you were a child. Now, if you think this applies to you, please don't hesitate to speak to your health provider. Now, many people want to know how their lives might be different if they have autism, and I would say that autism is just a different way.
Yeah, different way people live. Yeah, I have autism. Autism is different life in the world. That's why I have autism. Means hard to talk.
Experiencing life. life. People can have full, happy lives, form relationships, and achieve their goals. They might just need a little bit of extra support in some areas. Now, the important thing to remember is that autism is not a disease or something that needs to be fixed. It's just part of who someone is. So in a nutshell, autism is all about understanding and supporting people as they navigate the world in their own unique way. If you found this video helpful, please stay tuned for other videos on this channel, including symptoms of autism.
No, that is. Thank you for watching. You please understand me. Thank you. Peace out.